Civilization 6 is full of different victory conditions, and as we have known for some time, not all of them are equal. Some, like science, culture, and domination, are riveting and engaging displays of mastery where the game can take you in any one number of ways and you have to actually use your brain. Some victories, like religious and diplomatic, are not as good. Why? Well, religious is just very simple. Make religion, make apostle, spread religion, sometimes have evil wizard battles, but apart from that, it's fairly simple, and it kind of is disconnected from the rest of the gameplay. Diplomatic is a little more interesting, but basically all you need to do, build Renaissance walls, learn how the AI votes, build Statue of Liberty. Hey presto, you win. So, 3 victory types are better than the other 2, right? Wrong! Look everyone, it's another mod from 2 of our channel favorite modders, Captain Lime and I Play Games ITA. Captain Lime, we know as a fantastic modder who creates brilliant civilization mods amongst other things. ITA, of course, from all of the wonderful Witcher mods. I love those mods. And we have Diplomatic Victory Rebalanced. And oh boy, this is a comprehensive overhaul. Too much to explain in one go. I'll explain the changes as they become relevant, but what you need to know for now is that we need 50 points, not 20. The World Congress is now less relevant, and we need to gain more points by partaking in emergencies. My mission in this map is to spread the net wide, to have influence over all corners of the map, to interfere in the affairs of others. Yes, that's right. Today we will become Team America. Yeah, Rough Rider Teddy will be encroaching upon your lawns and shutting down your expansion. Save file in Discord, as are all of the mods you need. Let's get started. Now, let me remind myself, where do we get started? Oh, right, that's right, turn 1. It seems that this settler has, well, they've been placed on the Missouri River. I'm pretty convinced that's how you pronounce that. Next to Colorado. Yeah, this is going to be one of those series. Any Americans watching this, you're going to want to plug your ears because I'm going to be doing this all day. The way I see this start, we have 2 choices. Either I claim this Plains Hill. That would give my city center +1 production for the rest of the game, although it does limit me to a 3 yield tile to be working from turn 1. So there are good things and there are bad things. Very good for defense, having a capital on a hill as well. If anyone attacks me, I actually have +3 combat strength on that tile. However, there's also this below me. There is a flat wheat tile. Now, if I settle on top of the wheat, I will lose the wheat benefit. What does that mean? Well, a city center normally has 2 food and 1 production. If you settle on top of a tile, sometimes, like on this tile, you get more yield if there is effectively more yield than the 2 food and 1 production that you would be normally getting. So in this case, I'd get 2 food and 2 production, but this is a 2-1 tile, so I lose the wheat. It's worth pointing though that if I get a watermill later, the city center will get +1 food. So the wheat doesn't go anywhere, I lose that initial food benefit, but it does place me next to this 3-3 spices tile. Oh, this is the golden tile. Plains Hill with woods with spices. This is probably my favorite starting tile. I love it. 3 food, 3 production. Gonna check if there's anything down here. No, it doesn't. So slightly worse city center tile until I get a watermill, but much better turn 1 movement into this. I think we're going to go to the Colorado River. That's how you Americans spell color, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you're regretting not putting a U in this now, aren't you? Ah, the delightful city of Washington. Oh, no. Washington, that's a terrible name. We need to give it something wonderful. Lovely. Oof is going to start with, I think, seeing as we are synced so beautifully, a scout. Now, how do we play World Police? The first thing we need to do is explore as much of the map as possible, and the best way of doing that is finding the oceans. This is a 12 player, so a huge 12 player, Deity difficulty, standard speed, Barb Clans mode turned on, Continents Plus map. I love Continents Plus. I think it's the best map. I'm pretty convinced. So I need to find the coast, settle it, and get boats out as soon as possible. The other thing I'm thinking is, do I want a religion? Pros for religion. I like having religions in this game. Negatives, we want to be interfering with people's emergencies. I kind of like the idea of having other people's emergencies in my city so that I can, in theory, join in with their emergencies. Say, for instance, Catholicism has been knocked out of a city, and I happen to have Catholicism in one of my cities. I could make an apostle and send it over. So in theory, the emergency would be possible for me to interfere with. So Yeah, I've kind of sold this to myself. I don't want to go religion today. Instead, I think, are there really any places that horses could start? No, there really aren't. So we're going to focus on going to writing and then into currency fast. So we'll start pottery, go from there. The other reason we want to explore the map as really quickly as possible is that we can join in with more emergencies if we know where everyone is. City-state emergencies, religious emergencies, betrayal emergencies, liberation emergencies, anything we can get our mitts involved with, we want to. So meeting everyone is super important. We also want to know where the city-states are because I am Roosevelt, apparently. Sorry, that's not how you say that. Roosevelt. Roosevelt gives me the power of 2 envoys whenever I send an envoy to a city-state with a trade route. Roosevelt is truly a wonderful ability. +5 combat strength for my home continent will help if anything goes on my continent. We don't want that to be happening, do we? It's worth pointing out, the last few games of Civ 6 that I've played, I have had atrocious, and I really do mean atrocious luck with tribal villages, and I'm seeing already that this luck is continuing. Turn 6, and I have still not found a single one. Lovely. Maybe there'll be some on the Colorado River. Do we immediately rush a settler? It is tempting. I could also go for a monument to pick up a couple of better tiles. There are some lovely 2-2 tiles, so picking those up faster would probably be worth it. Otherwise, I'm working 1-2 tiles on our growth stalls, but I think triple scout. It's a huge map. I need to meet people as soon as I can. All right. Sorry, Barbs, you have just literally signed your death sentence by attacking me there. I was going to pass by and leave you be just in case you turned into another city-state. Nope. Now you're going to die. Unless, of course, you kill me first. If you do that, I won't be very happy. Oh, +5 combat strength on my own continent is so good against early game Barbs. HUZZAH. You know what? Today, we actually will be playing fairly nice with people. I have no intention of knocking anyone out of the game. We are going to play World Police. I am intervening only when there are an emergency. I'm going to try and play pretty nicely otherwise. He says, like, very optimistically. Oh, look, a tribal village. We actually found one. Yay. Battle cry. If I bring the warrior back, if Persia does choose to, attack me, not only have I got +5 combat strength, but I have this delightful mountain pass. It's a very cool mountain range, bordered on the north by Mount St. Helens, as opposed to Shilens. It's a very different mountain, that one. Oh, this playthrough is going to be so good for me. Foreign trade route boost. I have to say that's pretty much the worst one. And we're not going for a religion, which of course is why the game has given us an astrology boost. What does this do? We are playing with Terra Mirabilis today. Marsh tiles provide standard adjacency bonus for specialist districts for civilization that owns one of these tiles. We actually have marsh. That would be standard. Oh my lord. I just played a Reed and Marsh's game. You want me to play another one so quickly? Do you actually? Is that a thing, game? Because I will. Don't threaten me with a good time. I will absolutely play Reeds and Marshes. Right, let's get that campus in. Yeah, I know. Ursa, currency start. He's playing commercial hubs. Has he been playing multiplayer? No. He's doing this because he thinks it's a funny bad strategy. Oh, Ursa, you lovable rogue. Irrigation boost. Actually, that is pretty good seeing as I settled on top of my wheat. Fair enough. City-state. Faith city-state as well. Has anyone met it? I don't know. Fez? No one's met Fez. Oh, and it's within trade route range. Again, the game heard me say, no, you're not going to go for a religion, and it has given me Fez. Of course it has. Fez, of course, giving you flat science when you spread your own religion. Does it just say that it's your religion, or is it just your majority? When you use a religious unit to convert a city for the first time, it doesn't have to be my religion. Okay, let's pay attention to that, because that might be quite comically funny later. Just wait until Chinguetti, right, appears on this one. Yerevan. Okay, again, very good for having a religion. Cyrus found that one first. I feel like if my scouting had been a little bit better, I should have found this first, not Persia. Never mind. My scouts are going to focus on exploring as much as possible today. We need to know where everything is. If a pin drops on this map, I need to know about it. And actually, just thinking about this, I want to go and settle Pantanal as soon as possible, because having marsh giving me standard adjacency, now that is really good. Look how much I've got. I'm thinking for commercial hubs, that is a huge source of adjacency. So yeah, okay. Let's go and settle that as a priority. Hopefully there's no one else around here. If there is, well, they're just going to have to learn how to share, aren't they? Political philosophy, another person. Chinguetti, what am I... Oh, for goodness sake. I know you want me to go for a religion. It's not happening. Someone else has met them first, by the way. So somebody could be about to rush Pantanal. I don't know. know. We'll find out in time. God King and Survey, because I'm running the triple scout, and we've got the +5 combat strength, so we have a little bit more strength than normal. And today, after being rushed in the last game, I will actually be keeping my warrior close by. I know. Ursa, learning from his mistakes. It's a wild, wild concept, and I'm not sure I like it. Brazil famously gets on with the US. Good to meet you. I'd love to sample your hospitality. Oh, wow. They will be rushing Pantanal so that they can burn it down to make palm oil. Am I right? Oh, the world is a tragic place. Nobody panic, but there's a second wonder. Mount Kilimanjaro. Now, what does this do under Terra Mirabilis? Is it a wonder that provides a single city bonus? Receive one population in the city that owns this tile whenever a district is constructed. Okay, that would just make one super city, which is quite entertaining. All right, interesting. There's just some really good opportunities for a Petra city up there as well, so we'll keep that in mind. Maybe that's something we want to play with. Mogadishu, wow, lots of city-states, lots of control. Bronze working boost for killing a barbarian, and did we just rush straight to the currency here? It is very, very tempting, although I might just dip into animal husbandry in case it changes where I settle. Let's do this. If there is a source of horse, I probably should know about it. I'm going to use this opportunity to move my scout into Persian lands now before they close their borders. They might do state workforce. Oh, I hate getting that boost. I'm likely gonna rush a library in this game, so I feel like that's a bit pointless. Oh, why do I always go onto the annoying peninsulas? I should have probably guessed that was going to be a peninsula. Think, Ursa. Think. Preslav, loyalty for encampment buildings. I will want a pretty decent army. I don't know if that's really the best, to be honest with you. That tribal village, though, has just guaranteed me a pantheon. You know exactly what I'm going to be rushing, don't you? I mean, I'm sorry, but reeds and marshes with marsh adjacency, it means I never want to get rid of them, so I don't see why I wouldn't. I have also been offered a nice +3 campus, which I think I'm going to take for the era score. I don't want to really spend my 50 gold, but it's worth the 3 era score. So the settler now moves over in this direction. That is a barbarian. Okay, fine, I'll move the warrior. Hopefully they'll move away, go away. It's not really away in the right direction. I think we should be all right. The warrior will be close behind just for me to panic. Reeds and marshes is available. Okay, so other alternatives would be River Goddess if I was going to go for a religion, because we've got some amazing mountain adjacent to river tiles. I do have 2 plantations, a couple of camps, so there are various pantheons there. I do like Divine Spark. I think that's always really good for getting early great people. The builder is always quite useful, but there's nothing for me to upgrade right now. And then of course we can take Faith from Breathtaking Appeal, but I like to build my industrial zones and chop my woods. So reeds and marshes it is. Look, when you have a strat, okay, sometimes you just have to lean into the strat. Sometimes you have to say, okay, I will have fun. I will do it. Also, did you hear me earlier say I wasn't going to go and invade Persia? Just wait until I break my promise like 2 turns into this game when I realize that Roriyama is here. Oh no. Owned jungle tiles do not reduce the appeal of adjacent plots. Oh my lord. If I was playing the other USA, that would have been an instant war declaration. Luckily for Persia, I am not playing the other USA. Wrong, Teddy. I'm playing the angry Teddy. Right, now on to currency. I haven't got a builder yet, so there's no point rushing the mines. Did we get any source of horse? There is a source of horse there. One there. Persia's got a ton. Okay, Persia is likely to rush me with horses. Again, we just need to be a little bit aware of that. Indonesia, I'm expecting you to be on the coast somewhere, so we'll just go and have a look. Maybe not. We shall see. I tell you what, though, we might actually be able to make sure that we guarantee a golden age into the next stage, which again, it means we'll get monumentality in a game where it's not needed. Just watch me do it. Just watch me do it. I have to settle within 2 tiles of Pantanal if I want to get the era score, which I do kind of want to do. So only tile that 2 tiles that allow me to do that with fresh water is this tile and this tile. They both have good adjacency to wheat. I think I'm going to go for the upper one so that I have closer adjacency to the wheat, but also there are some really, really good tiles to the north. Let's cross this river. This spawn is wild. I'm very much enjoying this. It's lovely. Barb camp just appeared directly to my north. I have to be a bit careful about that. Stone kite, white owl, different. Are you already coming to attack me? I'm waiting in this pass so you can't get through. If Persia comes to attack me immediately, I am so calling it as like I told you. So right on the Potomac River, we settled the delightful city of New York. In retrospect, that may not be how you say that. So growth will be a little bit stunted whilst we're working the ivory, unless I force work work one of these tiles, or I buy one of the Pantanal tiles, which will mean that production is low, but it's like buying a 3 monument. So actually, let's do that. That grabs the tile, which unlocks the marsh bonuses, and then we'll force work it to make sure we get that second pop quickly, and we've just doubled our culture per turn. What a wonderful city that is. Excellent. What would be best to start here? Maybe we start on the campus. There's a nice +2 next to Pantanal. Would build over one of my wheat. Do you kind of want to keep those for the food? Potentially, or at least cut them out. I'll start working on a builder. There's never a problem with builders. Don't worry about production. 0.9 is pretty terrible, but the ivory will kick in a second. You're not getting through the Helen's pass. I'm sorry. Not going to happen. So back off. All right, urban planning doubles production in my empire. In some cities, we're on 11 overall. So yeah, 13, that's a 20% bonus. Nice. And we'll keep survey because our scouts are still doing fine work. Oh, don't threaten me with a good time, Indonesia. Please protect your settlers. I do not want to have to steal them from you. You would make me do it by not escorting them. My hands would be tied. Are you going to leave your warrior there? I can't tell if Persia were just kind of curiously waiting there. 20 science per turn. All right, Korea, can we calm down just for a second? Is that all right? Do we mind doing that? I hope we don't mind doing that. That's the golden age. We've still got at least 12 turns left. That's pretty good. Now, quest-wise, anyone want a trade route? Yes. So a trade route would give me an envoy, and then that would double to 2. But Chingeti and Yerevan, I think I do want to cycle through those as pretty quickly as possible. So we'll get a road out this way or over here, and that would actually, we could get it killed deliberately by Barbs and then recycle it over here. Cheeky. Or I could save those quests and hope that I get the Diplomatic League card in, which would mean effectively if you can get a single envoy with Diplomatic League in, you go immediately to 3. It's really good. The Rosy Velt, it's really good. It's a fantastic skill. Do I want to wait? Do I want to wait? No, I think I want the currency boost. So let's go manually for the trader. Lots of marsh over to the left. Remember, marsh, it's very, very good for my adjacency now that I own Pantanal. Oh, that's very damaged. My scout might be able to just nip in here. No, Chingesi took it out. That's fair enough. Is it bad that Pantanal already appears to be burning down? Okay, the actual wonder can't burn down. It's a joke, but still. It's happening already. A second monument is unlocked as well. Retrospect, I'm sorry, you're not going to be building anything anytime soon, all right? Not going to happen. Your sole mission in this game is early game culture for me. What a mission it is. It's another wonder. Oh my lord. Well, let's pick it up. Signy and a tribal village in the same turn. Theatre districts trigger a culture bomb in any city. Double adjacency bonuses for theatre districts if that city has a national park. If I was going to go for culture, my lord, that would be good. Blimey. Well, at any rate, we now have Gorilla. Almost to ambush. And I don't think we're going to be waiting for this, which is the city-state we want to rush. Both of them have been semi-claimed. I think Yerevan would be a closer ally. So let's just get that 3 gold per turn now. Claim the 2 envoys and the boost to currency. I'm also going to switch away from craftsmanship to see if we can get that improvement. Seeing as a builder is a fairly easy thing to me to get right now. Let's just lock that tile in. Thank you. Yep, speaking of, builder. Do it. So do I want to rush it? I don't have any tech for this right now. I'm just going to go for another settler. Kilimanjaro settle is sort of tempting. But remember, we need to actually make sure we have access to the sea. Retrospect can reach what I think is a lake, but we need to settle in the Gulf of Alaska. Yes, the Gulf of Alaska. That's where we need to go. Is this a lake as well, or is that the coast? That's the lake. Coast is down here. We need naval access. It's the quickest way to explore the entire map. Vesuvius. Antiquity sites yield 4 culture and artifacts yield 2 culture and 2 tourism. That's a fun one. Man, we have overshot era score so much here. Johannesburg. All of these city-states will one day be mine, probably. Nanmadol. We get an extra envoy there. Districts next to coastal lakes give culture. Okay, well, that's a good excuse to go and settle near the Gulf of Alaska. Currency. I want to make sure that we place the commercial hub before the settler wipes out the 4th population. Commercial hubs get adjacency from rivers, but don't forget we are also currently getting adjacency from marshes as well. So I just want to think about this. We now need to unlock mining quickly so that I can get rid of woods, because that's a +4. I think that's a +4, which would be worth era score because it's got 2 marshes there and there. Yep. All right, we need to go and work those. I am very aware, by the way, that we are currently working no actual marsh, so the Pantheon isn't doing anything for me. It's mainly a long-term thing. Oh no, the OEO river has flooded. Dear, oh dear. What a terrible river to flood. OEO, mining, early empire. I would like to get the settler card, but 50% on top of 12 production. Actually, that would be a huge increase. Retrospect. Actually, you've now got yourself access to the ivory. You don't need this card anymore. Right, let's plump that in. It will be fine. Right, mysticism gives me an envoy, which means that I can actually HUZZAH in Yerevan. Get myself 4 there, and we're going to start to do an Armani tour. Let's start with Namadol. This is ages away from me, and this will explore the map really quickly. Oh, I just picked up 2 boosts, archery and sailing from a single tribal village. That's huge. That's big news. That is big money news. Excellent stuff. Irrigation time. I have some spices and some tobacco to improve. We need to be making big bucks. Buenos Aires. Hello there. Good to meet you. Place this before we hit the 4 population. Sorry, I know I get rid of a wood without actually chopping it out, which is frustrating, but it's more important I place it. Where is this settler going to go? I want to make my way over to the coast, but I think picking up this source of horse is quite important. Plus, it's near a beautiful marsh tile. If I actually settle there, I've just noticed I'm gonna have to get rid of a marsh tile there, but oh dear audience, that beautiful time has come. Can you see it? Do you see it? I see it. I see something that always makes us so happy. Ta-da! Fidget spinner. Yep, all right, let's do that. I know this one doesn't have fresh water, but the aqueduct will fix that. This will give us the source of horse. Delightful. Muscat. I know Brazil own it at the moment, but again, this strikes me as well as Johannesburg as good city-states to HUZZAH in if I want to explore lots of the map because of their proximity to the coast. Okay, there's irrigation, which gives me the envoy, so we can add Yerevan to my list of city-states that I own. Now that list is 1 strong, but if Persia attacks me, I now have Yerevan just to myself to come to my aid. Will they be any good? Probably not. It makes me feel just like a little bit better. Now we're going to go for bronze working to find the iron. There are so many hills around me. There's got to be quite a bit. Would very much help me to sell it to people. The boost to craftsmanship is now getting in the way, so I'm just going to push through that now. 45 science for Korea is worrying. Korea, they just play so well under the hands of the AI. They do really genuinely quite good. Okay, Namadol has revealed some of the map. It means this is a dead end. I basically got a hunch there with my scout. I was like, if I move up that way, I'm going to get stuck. Quite pleased that ended up being true. Just going to quickly put a little marker down to say that I have HUZZAH in these city-states, therefore I will no longer be able to get era score from them. Let's now move to Fez. Do the same over there. You know what? Craftsmanship is actually going to get boosted. Fine. We'll go drama and poetry. I'll put a couple of turns into this one. I mean, I need it eventually. It's no bad thing. On the Rio Grande, I found the delightful city of New Orleans. Lovely place. I preferred the old one personally, but yeah, that's just me. Why do you never work the marsh first time? I find that so odd. Anyway, there's a delightful +4. We're going to take it immediately. Look at this commercial hub opening. Who is this? What have you done to Ursa? Reason I'm rushing commercial hubs, by the way, is not because it's meta. I don't believe it is. As a reminder, the Roosevelt ability that we have works by having trade routes with city-states. The more trade routes I have to city-states, the more of that bonus I get. Simples. Golden Age. So we don't have any faith income really, so monumentality is unlikely to give us much benefit. I am torn between no, the religion, there's no point trying to rush religion. Have you seen how many people are going for one? 1, 2, 3, you know what, actually we could get a religion. No, not going to do it. No matter how much the game wants me to. It's going to either be pen, brush, and voice, which gives me a little bit more culture and lets me rush through the culture tree nice and quick, or we'll do the same with 3 inquiry. I think Eurekas giving us an extra 10% is really big. But commercial hub adjacency, I'm going to have 2 +4s. That's 8 extra signs per turn. It's got to be 3 inquiry. We'll focus on commercial hubs. We'll focus on harbors. We'll get both of those done as quickly as we can. Speaking of, no amazing marsh is going to come and save this city. So I don't need the harbor and the lake. We'll go commercial hub just down to the south. Put urban planning back in. Now we're not making any settlers. And you can see -2 happiness, -1 happiness, 0 happiness. We need to get these luxuries improved as soon as we can, actually. I'm now going to make sure that we rush apprenticeships so that I can get the industrial zone sorted. So let's now go to horseback riding. Horsemen are very strong units as well because they're very fast. You can use them to explore the map and you can use them to intervene in emergencies really quickly. Oh, I mean, this is already bit. Okay, so craftsmanship really wants to finish now. Fair enough. Ivory. How much does this sell for at the moment? 5 gold per turn. Oh, that is not enough for me to want to sell that. We'll keep that in-house for a bit. Look, please let my scout out. I really want to escape. Commercial hub finished, which gives me not just gold, but also science per turn. Beautiful. And the era score because it's a +4. What now? Do we get the settler? No. I think we actually want to make sure that we grow this city to 7 pop as soon as physically possible. Is there any rainforest we can cut here? There's not. We'd have to cut the marsh, which I don't want to do. Okay, until we get Magnus up and running, let's work on the growth. In order to work on the growth first, we'll go for a builder. That'll put a nice plantation down. Maybe we'll put some mines down, chop some stuff out. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Fez bows to America, as so it should. Fez is going to get killed. Oh, whoopsie. That is a shame. Where to next? Johannesburg. Let's move over to the north while we get some tobacco. Again, something that we could possibly sell for 11 gold per turn that time. That's more, but we'll keep it for now. Oh, a desert storm just left production in my land doing no damage. Yes, I control nature. Probably. What governor would suit me best? I actually want to be able to print settlers, but population is a bit of a problem because we've got a very productive start, but not a very food-driven start. So I'm thinking right now, Magnus suits me. Golden Age is rocking through my science, and we've got Pantanal picking up the slack on the culture. So Pingala wouldn't be as useful as normal. No, Magnus in the capital. There we go. Do wonderful, productive things for me. It's another natural wonder. How many of them are there? Blimey. Pamukkale. Regional buildings within entertainment complex. All water park districts provide amenities. Oh, that's very good. There it is. Political philosophy. Oh, yes. Diplomatic League is what I want. In this instance, one of the best cards that I could possibly take all game. Would anyone like a source of horse? You would. Excellent. It's important that I harvest my horse because I need to get the markets, because the markets will unlock the traders, and the traders will unlock the city-states, and the city-states will unlock world police. And world police is what I do best. The pasture boost. Nice. Oh, that was pretty much perfect. And yep, I would love the library. I'd love the monument. I'd love the market. I'd love hanging gardens. I'd love settlers. Honestly, there's everything here that I would love. But I think going market, that's the play for me right now, I believe. Tell you what though, my science is struggling compared to everyone else's today. And I thought I was running a pretty decent science setup. Just goes to show, doesn't it? I want to get the mathematics as fast as I can to put down the diplomatic quarter because that extra envoy generation will be important in this game. But we really are balancing different settlements with different population issues at the moment. It's not ideal. I tell you what isn't ideal. I would love to have got more for my spices, but yeah, it is what it is. 3 mines. 3 mines I can do. Do I want to do that first? No. Wheel. Mine a resource. How difficult could it be to mine a resource? I really need food. Really need food in this settlement because I'm thinking 7 per population to get the government plaza, 10 for the industrial zone. We're working 1 marsh. Second marsh would be pretty decent because I don't have many food tiles here. Magnus will get the +2, nope, sorry, the +20% growth in the city, which will help. But maybe even just the +1 food in the granary right now, that's a huge bonus. Yeah, let's buy that and I'll sell just a couple of horses, buy myself this marsh. That's produced an extra 2 food per turn. It doesn't sound like a lot because it's not, but it is. All right, that'll do for now. Watermill will help. We need to get to 10 pop as soon as we can. That is a priority. As soon as we get to 7, we can at least make settlers. 10, we can make settlers really well. I made friendship with Brazil. I don't know if I wanted to do that. I might let that expire next time. I actually want to stay neutral with most people. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. Never mind. At the very least, it's going to stop him from warrior rushing me, and that's good. We only have Persia to worry about for now. I mean, that is a big worry. Persia are very likely to swarm me. There's political philosophy. We're not at war at the moment, so I am tempted between 2 options. Classical Republic obviously gives me more housing and more amenities, which keeps everyone happy. We have met enough people, though, that we probably will do fine on that one. Autocracy is the other option. That would give me another food and production in the capital. It's not enough, though. I think in this instance, the bonus just isn't going to do enough for me. We're not building wonders as well. No, Classical Republic will actually give 10% yields on my other 2 cities, so we'll do that. Scientists are already on medieval. There's no point rushing those at all. So let's take the 2 extra gold per turn. Buying tiles being cheaper and builders are cheaper. Just a full builder thing. Actually, no, we kind of want these 2 cards, don't we? Oh, interesting. Okay, fine. I like the tile buying because I will be doing lots of that. Influence points and double. Okay, there we go. Now we can actually start picking up envoys at a decent nick. Stop telling me I claw at the dirt career. Look, not everyone can have 75 science, okay? We all know it's a deity bonus if it's doing that for you. You're not actually playing well, he says bitterly. Look, there we go. The discount on the tile purchasing, that is wheel because we've mined a resource and we've got the ironworking boost as well. So watermill will give me another food +1 because I'm actually sat on a resource tile there. And then we can probably get a 4 food tile from over here as well. Why are you taking all this, Persia? Are you attacking Preslav? All right. Well, I'll be keeping an eye on you. As world police, I may find myself disagreeing with what you're up to. Just so you know, I will interfere. In fact, I'm just going to sort of stand here. It'll be really annoying. Although I do want emergencies to go through. That's the irony of this. I want chaos to happen so that I can fix it. If there is no chaos, there is no fixing the chaos. So, oh, it's a tricky position I find myself in. Crossbows already. Typical Korea. Oh, the gold is good. Anybody want any resources? You do? Great. That's great in my book. Commercial hub, done. Get that trader in. And then follow it up with the market. You know, I think Persia may actually be trying to attack me here. I keep moving my scout onto this pass by Mount St. Helans because that is the only other way of getting through to my land. And if I stand here for a second, they get really confused and then all the time, I think they've been trying to get around. Cheeky. I called it though. Didn't I call it? I was like, there's no way Persia are going to be chill with me here. They're going to be an absolute annoyance. Watermill done. Let's just get masonry so I can get the ancient walls in as fast as I can. But yeah, the production in this city is now looking really good. All I need is a governor title, and then I can not lose my precious population if I make settlers for myself, which I would really like. There's the apprenticeship boost as well. You know, actually, let's finish apprenticeship. It's worth some decent era score and some production on the mines, of which I am now working 3 of the minimums. That's 3 extra production. That's a big chunk. Actually, monuments. I'm just thinking about this, and getting some culture in is not a bad idea. Retrospect has been doing the Lord's work, but can't do it all by themselves. Brazil's got a religion and Indonesia's got a religion, by the way. Just point that out. Indonesia has Feed the World. Brazil, Divine Inspiration. So I would like Feed the World. If Feed the World spreads to me, that will massively help me out. Okay, trade route has reset now. Is there any other city-state that I can trade with that will give me a quest? Yep, that's the one. Do I have an envoy here? No, I don't, which means because I've got the government card in, I will get a bonus envoy, and because it's a trade route, I'll get another bonus envoy. So I should get 3 for 1. Let's just watch this, and yeah, bam. Oh, I love this form of America. It's so underrated. People get so excited about Boo Moose. Boo Moose? Sounds like a Mario character. Bull Moose. Justifiably. Bull Moose is a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. A lot of fun. Cacawana has been defeated. No, where's that? I knew about that. That was a thing. Whereabouts? Where was that? Down here, maybe? Well, we'll keep exploring. If we find an ability that lets us trigger an emergency, that'd be great. Oh, that's a heavy chariot, by the way. Good pickup for my defenses. Okay, apprenticeship's done. Masonry time. That will help us to build a wall. Then we can get engineering to put an aqueduct down. Boosts. My actual science isn't very good, so we're getting as many of these boosts as we can. There we go, because we've got the trade route. I can throw one envoy here, and well, bam, city-state's mine. We're doing this just for the dip play favor at the moment. Hopefully we'll find either Canada or Sweden, someone who'll buy that from us at a vast, excessive rate. There's the luxury deal we're after. Oh, amazing. Did play favors also being bought? Right, that's actual gold. We can use actual gold. I'm going to rush for monument. Yeah, the culture's really handy. We need the governor titles and builder because I want to improve this maze and put it into my capital to get that 7th pop. In the meanwhile, engineering is going to be boosted and this library will go into the walls. Trade route to Fez. Not the best route, but again, we're opening these all up so that I can get more envoys. The plantation gives me a spare copy of the luxury, and there's the farm that I can transfer into my watermill capital and suddenly that is going to be doing the food just delightfully. Yep, it's taken a turn away. Excellent. Oh, there's war going on the continent. Brazil's at war with everyone. Hey, this is a good thing. This means they're not at war with me, all right? Remember that as a good thing. I really should keep my Diplo favor, but at the moment, the economy is too good. Yeah, this is non-feed the world religion. This is not the religion we wanted. And Brazil has just ruined the triangle. Like, they've actually just ruined it by settling that. I've just, well, that's my fault for not settling quick enough. There is no way to rescue that, I believe. Nope. It means that has to be removed, which I think means that that is going to be the better adjacency. Is there any way I could save that beyond that point? If I kept that as a government plaza, put that into an industrial zone. That's okay. Right, that's fine. That's not too bad, but yeah, that's annoying. Okay, we need to get to the coast. The settler rush will come. I'm delaying the settler rush, which is slightly annoying right now, but it means around turn 100, we're just going to go absolutely mental for a couple of turns into settler, which means I'll be able to finish it quicker in a bit. Aqueduct unlocked. Let's go back to just making sure mathematics is almost there. Maybe construction. I'm just not unlocking as much as I can to keep districts as cheap as possible, which sounds like awfully productive for me. I know. I'm actually thinking about this in advance. Very odd. Very odd. Buy the towel. Stop working the aqueduct. Chop out the woods into a blank tree, which means I can then immediately put in the industrial zone, and all that production will overflow into it. Delicious. 7 pop. There it is. Okay, settler, we don't need you right now. We're gonna instead buy this tile, pop down the government plaza, and probably cut it out, not in 1, maybe in 2. In 2. Nice. Brazil got to 100 science before Korea did. Oh, wow. That's absolutely mental. With mathematics is now finished. Excellent. In retrospect, I might get you to build the diplomatic quarter as soon as possible. Get that extra envoy. That'd be lovely. 5 turns to ancestral hall. Land surveyor is no longer needed. Instead, I'll put in the settler card because we'll get that in nice and soon. We'll keep everything else as it is for now. And governors, provision, boosted. I'm thinking surplus logistics is not a bad idea for the extra food growth. It would give me another 2 food, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is when you need to rush to 10 pop as soon as you can. I mean, I guess we could try and get engineers faster than anyone else, but Brazil is already rushing those, so I don't think that's even possible. Gold is our strongest suit, so maybe Rainer is the one to go for here. If I can get contractor, I can get extra cities going faster, and I don't normally go for Rainer, so let's try her. Never know, could be a good choice. Dark Age, by the way, wouldn't be a problem. I don't mind going into a Dark Age. It would mean going heroic for Renaissance, and that in itself is quite entertaining. That's a big flood and 1 population lost, but not mine. Good. Samarkand has just appeared. The more city-states that appear, the better, and I got 2 envoys there. Excellent. Can I trade with that? Is it close enough? It is, but not from a capital. Fine. That's okay. We can immediately get that trader in and look to improve it. They want a knight. A lot of people want a lot of things. You know, there's only so much we can do. That's okay. You know what? I'm actually going to get embarked travel as soon as I can here, so I can leave the continent and use my scouts to actually find some more stuff. It's a strange route, but it's a good one. Oh, Chinguetti is now actually active because I have a majority religion. It's not my own, but Brazil has given me one. So I'm now getting extra faith on my trade routes. Beautiful. It's exactly what we wanted to see. It's a benefit that I can use. That's one's all for me. Industrial zone finished. Ancestral hall finished. Excellent. Okay. So I give Rainer double adjacency from the hub. A little bit of extra science. Beautiful. Now we settler spam. Now we do it. Construction. Hey, it's a lumber mill. It's a tile with 2 food, which in my capital is a big deal. Oh, it's expensive, but I'm gonna buy a great merchant Marco Polo because that's a 3 trade route and it's another city-state that I can just take. I can squirrel away for a rainy day, which is delightful. Theology. You're not useful, he says harshly. You're not useful at all. Get natural philosophy in instead of a little bit of production. And yep, settler time. We'll go right on the coast. I know this doesn't have fresh water, but there's a marsh and there's a possibility of putting an aqueduct over to the river. So I think in the long run, that will be fine. So I want the trade route to go to the capital. Yep, extra envoy. Now, Johannesburg is being killed. It doesn't seem to be being killed very well. And I would like to just get the production from it for a little bit. So can we not? Can we now leave that one alone for a bit? Thank you. Anyway, the settler land. I need access to both coasts, ideally. I need to be able to project power. So where do I go? What do? We've got 1 city there, 1 city city there, and then we just spread over towards Preslav. This is desert, which is not ideal, but I would love to get over to this coast ideally. Yeah, this land is rubbish. I guess there's some ivory. That's a reef tower, which means I can't settle there. Let's go for there, and then we can put a harbor down. Not ideal, but it'll have to do. Oh, they raised it on the turn I suzerained it. That is hilarious. That was there for ages. Like, nothing was happening to it. I love that. I love that so much. It waited. It waited. It's like, oh, now you put your envoy in, do you? Nope. Well, Pedro, raising my city-state to the floor has definitely meant that I'm no longer your friend. I just want to put that there. And finally, a very special shout-out goes to Glorious Petra, Clibben Ferdas, Poppy Dude, The Nickerman, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Toon General, Capo Yobby Virani, The Uncivil Engineer, Radiatore, Debo91, Mushkin Mandeltort, Pete, Dan Jamo, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Indigenous 68, Teddy's Ursa, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Frankincense Battlezord, Geography Teacher, Juvara, Morax, Sinikush, Echo Bear, Deja Vu, Kovawoo, Legally Trash, Sorted Dutch, Rad Bickley, Shadow of Gaia, Bob Tway, Abstract Fun, Slither Alley, JB Genius, Arctic Fox, Egg Shark, Bookaluk79. Thank you everyone for your support. Goodbye!